gentlemen. Hey, how are you doing? Happy Friday. It's the long weekend, the May 2-4 weekend edition of Gnyp Gnop. I am Greg Gnyp, so that makes me the Gnyp, and my friend over there is the Gnop. How are you, Chris?
You know what? I am better than the average bear today. I really am.
Happy Friday to you. Happy long weekend.
It is such a wonderful, wonderful day.
You know, it's already hot, humid, and I'm sitting by an air conditioner. So,
and it's long weekend. It's the long weekend.
It is, and you know, and I'm not going to complain about things because I've decided I'm having a beer.
That's right, and me too. I'm having something. You know, nothing says May 2-4 in Canada like a Georgian Bay product, right? So this is Smash Vodka from the Georgian Bay folks, available, I don't know, pretty much everywhere. So anyway, yeah.
See, and I figured that nothing says Canada and the way I live my life than with a beer that's called The Mutants Are Revolting.
Whose
from
is that?
Flying Monkey.
Oh, it's
Flying Monkey.
Monkey.
This is their crushable IPA. So this is their easy drinking one that it's, you know, instead of 9%, it's only like 4.5%. So it's almost like I'm trying to be semi-healthy right now.
You know what? This one is effervescent.
Ooh,
yes.
Effervescent.
Yes.
Well, there you go. So I'll pour mine over here because I'll end up somehow pouring it down the computer or down the microphone, and it'll be like, "Hey, look at that! What's going on?"
Exactly.
So Chris,
yeah,
what is going on with your bad self?
Oh, you know, it's been such a crazy week. You know, all kinds of work. You know, I take these classes with Department of Homeland Security as well as part of my running flat business, and so I was in classes most of the week, but I've decided that I'm going to finally write that book that I've had on my desk for, it's been over a decade. And you know, the book is an interesting one. It's a mix of, you know, kind of Dateline, true crimes, and Dr. Seuss. And it's kind of like the both of them, right? And to me it's something we're really kind of passionate about here because a lot of our friends kind of know about what happened here, and it's a pretty serious crime story. On Lake Erie, in a house, not so uncommon, was a crime so hideous, so heinous, that it shook the community to the ground. An October day, nice, or so Chris thought, would change his life forever. That's as far as I got with it.
Yeah. What's this book going to be called?
It's called Who's Shit in My Basement. Yeah. We had a big party at the house, and we had lots of kids over. My kids were like 7 and 9, and all their friends were over, and there must have been like 35 people in the house, and I'm cooking a storm. I go downstairs to the freezer, you know, and I'm looking for stuff, and right behind the pool table is this hot, steaming turd. Dude, it's a true story. True story.
That's
I swear to God.
Brilliant. Well,
swear to God.
I'm anxiously awaiting your true crime book. And what's it called? One more time.
It's called Who's Shit in My Basement. Yep. It's a true story.
Very, very soon.
Yeah, it's not going to even be in the fiction section. I'm telling you right now.
That's even better. There you go. Well, listen. Today, big day for us. We've got actually. I'm excited because I've been a fan of these guys for a really, really long time. I mean, they started off when they were 9 years old, so that makes them still really young. But we've got Johnny Sinclair and Leslie Stanwyck. You started with The Pursuit of Happiness. Now they're Universal Honey. Yeah. And writing amazing, amazing music right now. I am loving the new stuff right now. So, Johnny, Leslie, welcome to Gnyp Gnop.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Live from Saskatoon.
When I heard the words hideous and heinous, I thought you were introducing us.
And then the other thing was when he kept bringing up this pile of shit. I'm like, how do I go and introduce Universal Honey now?
Oh, no.
No, this is awesome, you guys. So thanks so much. Getting up early. I mean, I know you guys are a couple of hours behind us.
Yeah, it's not that early.
And I'm going to join the show, too.
Hey.
Nice. What are you drinking there, sir?
Well, it's not. I didn't think far enough ahead to go buy something local, so I'm having something from a place. It's spelled IRE land. Something.
Ireland.
Guinness.
Oh, it's yes. So it's Jamaican.
It's a nice light beer in the morning, Johnny. A nice light beer.
Absolutely. Well, it is a light beer. It's only
There's lots of minerals in it.
Yes, full of iron.
There's iron and minerals in it.
4.2% alcohol. But if I was out east with my pals, I'd be drinking Junction Craft Brewery.
Where's that out of?
It's out of the Junction in Toronto.
Okay.
A fellow on my hockey team started it up, and it's really quite good craft beer. So,
will you do me a favor then? When you right, and he's still involved with the Junction.
Yep.
The Junction Craft Beer. Tell him I hate him. Only for the simple fact that my sister and my brother-in-law can attest to me stumbling out of the brewery because I enjoyed it way too much. Oh. And I had to go back to like the Thorn Vaughan area in a bad position.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right on.
So congrats. So you guys. So now, okay. So we're talking beer, but we got to talk about the music because, you guys have been a part of the Canadian music scene since the 80s.
I know,
and,
it's true. Yeah.
And
1880s.
it's but if you think about it, I mean, has it been fun? And that's the one thing that I always want to know with musicians, because it's a tough business, but you've been through the highs, the lows, the in betweens, the circles. Do you look back on it and you still think it's been a great idea, like a great fun ride,
great career path?
Well,
I absolutely do. Even as hard as it is, and it is hard. It just, any artist has a hard go. But you don't think about that really when you're just doing it because you love doing it and it's what your calling is. You just have to. You have to do it. You just have to. When you are an artist, anything else just doesn't make sense, and doing anything else just doesn't feel right. And then, what's life all about if you're doing something that's just feeling wrong? You just have to do what feels right. So,
right. Yeah, there are the moments when you're like, "Where the f am I? What the f am I doing?" And
yeah, for sure.
But we all have those days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think Justin Bieber has those days too. I mean, we
right, exactly.
we all have those days.
Yeah, it's true. And you can't think like, well, if I would have chose a different path, it would have been maybe a bit more, financially sound. You don't know. We don't know anything, and we don't know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis or in the future. So you just got to embrace the unknown and just go for what you love to do.
Yep.
So
well, see, and that was one of the things I wanted to ask you though. It's like, a long career like this. It's like, what would you tell somebody who's like, listen, I'm 18 years old, I want to get into the music industry. What would you say to them?
and we have had people come up and ask us those questions. Yeah.
There's so many things you're going to lose, but hang on to your self-respect and your dignity.
Nice.
Wow.
Look, you should be in the bumper sticker business, Johnny.
Seriously. Like that's going to be like the new meme going around Facebook for the next little while.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
How has COVID treated you guys?
Well, there's been with anything, because there's polarities in this realm. There's been good things about it and not good things about it. The positive things were
We haven't had it yet.
Yeah, for sure.
We haven't had it yet. Yeah, touch wood. But the positive things are that we were playing so much before. We had many gigs every month, and we were always trying to learn songs for new gigs. It was always the next gig that we were preparing for, and so we weren't able to record. We had been wanting to record new songs for a while, and that would never end up happening. And just so many other things that we weren't doing because we were just playing live, which is a great thing, and we love playing live. But there was the recording, the new album for our other band here, our more Americana band here in Saskatoon. And so we did things that we wouldn't have been able to do. However, now we know how important getting out and playing live is, because then people know you're doing it. Because other than, you know, social media and putting your songs out on streaming services and trying to let everybody know we're here, here's our music, you know, then you've got algorithms and all that kind of stuff to break through.
Right.
And you've got, you know, you've got the robots standing in the way. And so we realized we love to just get out and meet people, and so that people know that the music is out there. And thankfully for you guys, we thank you guys for getting everything out there too. We need you, because it's just, without playing live, it's really, really tough for sure.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. So one of the things I wanted to ask you, you know, knowing that we were going to do this this interview today, for the last couple of weeks, I'm going to be honest. I've kind of stalked your career. I kind of went back to the very beginning and started listening to everything. And I said, one of the things that I noticed about your songs, they feel really personal, but they almost seem like they're like that personal story that everybody can kind of relate to in a weird way. Does that make sense?
No.
When you're no, but like
Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are personal, though. You know, the songs are always personal. I mean, we don't write a lot of fluff stuff, and
not a lot of, like, you know, Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald kind of stuff, right?
no, exactly. But you know, I think they're always very melodic, and we love, you know, pop music and rock and roll, of course. So even some of the songs that go a little bit more, even deeper and maybe a little darker, they don't sound that way. There's they always have, you know, a little bit of I'm the one, I guess, that's glass half full gal. Like, I just try to put a positive spin on everything. I mean, there's a time for sadness and time to, you know, embrace that. But to get through, gotta be positive.
Now, are you ever worried about maybe letting too much out? And I know that, I don't know if that sounds weird, but you know the way some people want to try to keep some, you know, people start feeling it's like, oh my goodness, now I know you. You're now you know, like, I don't want to say stalker-esque, but people start feeling that they become closer to you through your music. And like, is it ever that where you kind of go, I'm writing this and maybe I shouldn't add this in because it could be too personal?
Yeah, I think so. Like, well, how do you feel? Like,
Well, I don't know. My life is an open book.
I think there's something. Well, you're more probably. Well, we've got two different types of personalities here too, because Johnny is outgoing, and very gregarious, and Johnny. By the way, Johnny writes the lyrics.
Well,
Right?
Not all of them.
But most of them,
Oh.
right? And I'm much more introverted, although I love people, but I'm probably a little bit more on the introverted side. And so I'm writing the music. So for the most part, you know, yes, we do juggle that around. But so I'm probably a little bit more hold things in, oddly enough. And you artistically and lyrically, you let more out. Even though I probably am much more of an emotional person than you are, probably.
Right.
But, you know, it's odd.
It's just, you know, the hardest part is making it rhyme.
Yes, for sure.
I may be feeling this way at the start of the sentence, but at the end of the sentence, as long as it rhymes, that's how I'm feeling.
Maybe you should help me with my book.
Yeah, we could do that. Right? We could get more descriptive. What color was the shit?
Oh, it was wonderful. Let me tell you.
And was the air moist with
Yep.
some sort of?
Yup.
Yep.
So you guys have some new music out right now, and that you released in December?
Yeah, well, we have Universal Honey. We released new music in December. You're right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, an EP, and it's on all streaming platforms and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now, is this going to lead into when all this is done? You know, when people are vaccinated and we get to start seeing shows again, are you planning on hopefully going out on a tour with this? Would you want to go out on a tour with this, or do you want to write an album and then like have a full album out and then maybe do a Universal Honey tour?
Oh, that's a good
That's a good
question.
Well, I think if the opportunity presented itself and things made sense, that we would definitely go out and play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
We just love to play live, so we're ready to go whenever.
we sort of feel like Universal Honey. We've sort of got putting all of our releases up chronologically, and we have a couple more to go. But we're working on new stuff, and yeah, I guess we just it's sort of reinvigorated, and it's,
We'll see how it all unfolds, I
yeah.
guess. Yeah, we're ready to go out and play live, but yeah, we're excited to record new music as well.
Now,
So
now now if you're out on the road, can you write on the road? Because I know there's some musicians who say, nope, when we're on the road, it's touring, we do that. But then, you know, I've talked to some where it's like, they're like, we'll sit on the bus and all of a sudden 3 a.m, we wake up and write two songs. It's like, is that your writing? Like, can you write at any time, or do you kind of set a time down to kind of go, well, this might be a good time to start writing some more lyrics and songs?
well, we can write at any time.
yeah, and
Yeah.
we sort of sometimes when you're on the road, it's like a rainy day in Tallahassee, Florida, and you got nothing to do but sit in the hotel room with your guitars and a bag of weed, and see what happens. But you used to carry little notebooks and all kinds of stuff, and then you had the little tape recorders and
Yeah. Well, not the tape recorders anymore. I just on my phone.
yeah. Now everything's on your phone. That's what I
Yeah.
was getting to.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
had tape
But
recorders.
I miss those
I
old
like
days of tape recorders and stuff like that.
I
Yeah.
know.
That
it's
sound.
true.
That
Let me put my Walkman down. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of music,
Yeah.
we heard a rumor that you might sing a song for us.
Yeah.
Please?
I think that would be fun. I would love to do that.
And I just have to tell you guys something right now. A friend of ours, Melanie, right now is really happy. She is a huge fan of yours. And she was like, she was so cute. She posted on her Facebook page, "I'm listening to lots of Universal Honey before 12 noon." So Melanie, this song's going to be partly for you, and me too.
Cheers to Melanie.
Yeah.
Yes. Or Melanie. Okay. I think it'd be fun to do. Okay, yeah. I think it'd be fun to do Just Before Mary Goes, because that was like our first with Universal Honey. That was like our first. That was our first single. Yeah, yeah. So and that kind of got the ball rolling and everything. So I'm gonna give her a go. Sometimes she's got one foot in a grave, unkind, just playing their games. All the things she's done to them, she is hiding. Will it always be this way? She is crying. Yeah, just before Mary goes, she comes around. Just before Mary goes, she comes around. Just before Mary goes, she comes around. She comes around. Sometimes she thinks her whole world falls apart. She's lost sight of all that she's got. leaves a note and packs a bag. She is frightened. The air is cold from this high up. She is flying. Yeah, just before Mary goes, she comes around. Just before Mary goes, she comes around. Just before Mary goes, she comes around. She comes around. Yeah. Leaves a note and packs her bags. Yeah. Ooh, doo-doo-da, doo-doo-da. Ooh. Yeah, just before Mary goes, she comes around. Just before Mary goes, she comes around. Just before Mary goes, she comes around. She comes around. She comes around. She comes around. Yeah. There goes Mary. What is done is done. Oh, 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 oh. There goes Mary. What is done is done. Oh, 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 oh.
Is it wrong to just stare at
Bravo.
you? Is it wrong just to like stare at you guys and be like and be giddy?
Bravo.
You know,
Wonderful. Thank you.
thank you. There is, you know what? I don't care. You can listen to an album, you can watch a video, but when you hear somebody this raw and like bare boned and can do just what you did right there, I've got goosebumps. Thank you.
Aw,
Yes.
thank you.
Like that was absolutely beautiful. That was wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you.
You know, it's tough. I mean, it's got to be hard to get. I don't want to say get motivated, but in a weird way, be motivated to sing to a camera. you know, without any real response from a crowd or anything like that. I mean,
Kind of goes back to the hairbrush in the mirror days.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. Yeah, and you just get kind of in your, if you know, you're kind of feeling your own space there. You know, you're wherever you hopefully wherever you go, and if you're playing to, you know, a room of 2 people, which is amazing, or a room of 20, or a room of 20,000, you just always. My dad always taught me, and my dad's a great musician. He always just taught me just to kind of stay in your zone, just stay in your zone, and connect with people, of course. But you're feeling your own, what's going on here, and hopefully it connects with other people. So, yeah.
See, that's nice that your father gave you good advice. My father gave me advice, like the kind of advice, like, you know, don't lick electrical outlets. You know,
Well,
it's like,
he's trying to
thanks,
keep you
Dad.
safe, so that was good.
There you go. There you go.
No, that was awesome. Now, so now with the new music coming out, are you going to be shooting any videos, doing anything like that, or have you thought that far ahead?
We haven't thought that. Well, I mean, we're always thinking like we would love to do videos for sure.
And you know, I guess since the YouTube era and all that sort of stuff, the money that people spend on videos is not like that great anymore. I mean, the whole computer thing, like has liberalized the whole arts in that sense, where we can record at home. We could, I bought a $60 program. I can edit a video. It's like,
yeah.
you know,
It's true.
might not be the best quality, but it's
but it's
homemade.
artistic. It's an artistic video. Yeah, but we definitely are going to be doing some videos. I mean, we don't have anything really in our heads of which song to do one for just yet, but We will be. We love to be busy, so we're always doing something. And
Well, I mean, weren't you just shoveling snow? Didn't you just say you guys had some snowfall?
Yeah,
yes, we did, and it stayed on the ground. I don't know if it's out there right now.
It's gone now.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, I'm not happy to see it go. That's
Absolutely incredible. You guys had, what, 90-degree weather a few days ago, and then you had a snowfall.
Yeah.
I know. It's been crazy a little bit, but you know, this little cold spell is not going to last too long, and we're Canadian, so
That's right.
Yeah, but you know what? Where we live in the Windsor area, if we get to 5-6 centimeters of snow, it shuts things down. People are flabbergasted, at least at the first couple of snowfalls, where it's like, oh, come on, guys, that happens every year.
Yeah, I know. It's a little like that in Toronto too, because I'm more originally from Toronto, and
Well,
it's always like that. Yeah.
But out here, it's the humidity in the air. It's just so cold that salting the roads doesn't actually help.
Doesn't work.
So you're driving. They just throw gravel and sand all over the place. So it mixes with the packed. You're driving on packed snow with like rocks and sand in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, not the main streets, of course, but every other side.
So I've got one last kind of quick question for you. It's May 2/4, which is really this iconic Canadian holiday, right? It kind of kicks off our summer. What does it mean to you guys, except for shoveling snow off your deck?
Yeah, well, this year.
Well, planting it's supposed to sometimes, because that's kind of nice to get out there and plant some flowers, but we won't be doing that. But usually I don't know, it always feels like when you were, to me, it always feels like when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are the same. It just brings back that kind of,
Sure.
that May long weekend. I remember going out for, crazy camping, times with friends where just crazy things,
Yep.
partying would happen.
Slept in a tent and drank pickle juice.
Yeah. Canoeing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks,
well,
guys.
you guys, thank you.
Say hi to
thank
all
you.
our friends in Saskatoon for us, would you?
And
for
will you
sure.
will you guys stay in touch with us?
Oh my
Yeah, for
gosh,
sure.
yes, for sure. Absolutely. Thank you,
You
so
know,
much for having
and-
us. This means so much to us. Thank you. Thank you.
Like I said, thank you for playing. Thanks for getting up early with us. We really truly appreciate it. And
Anytime.
like I said, I've been a fan since 92. So thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been following you
Thank
guys.
for listening. So yeah.
Wish you guys all the best.
You guys, thanks so much. Happy 2/4 weekend.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Same to you guys.
Same to you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, that was fun,
They're such good people,
aren't they? They're just wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Boy, it sounded so good, too. So
I love her voice. I still have goosebumps thinking about her singing the song.
So next week's show, we have a real special guest, too.
Dr. Don Livermore.
Dr. Don.
Weiser's master blender.
That's right. And we're going to have a lesson for everybody on
Whiskey tasting.
whiskey tasting.
Whiskey with 2 V's.
Maybe we should have done that for the long weekend.
You know what?
You never know.
Beer was good.
That's right. That's right. Well, guys, this has been Gnyp Gnop for another week. We're going to post here and everywhere else all the links for Universal Honey. And so you can catch all their latest streams, all their videos, all their YouTube channels, everything else along with ours. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. See you, Greg.
See ya.